Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 34 of Mistconceptions. I'm your host, David White. And welcome to the second episode of Season 2, and I just want to say thank you to all of you that have listened to episode 33 and reached out to us and told us what you liked about the show. It was so encouraging, one, to see just how many downloads episode 33 had, but then to hear your responses to it, your tweets, your Facebook messages, things like that. It's just so uplifting to know that there are people out there that listen to us. It's also kind of intimidating and terrifying, but we thank you for listening to this nerdy thing we do, because, we just decided to do it for fun, and, decided, if people listen, and people are listening, and it's great, and it's so encouraging, not just to me, but to everybody, to see your positive feedback on the show and all that jazz, and just thank you so much. And to those of you who are new to our program, you might not know the special situation we now find ourselves in. After we finished recording Season 1 of Misconceptions, Jaime moved back home to Houston to be with family and to look for a job down there. And side note, Jaime found a job and he was hired, and it's a super awesome job, and we are so happy for him. And all of you listening should clap your hands or say woohoo, or, send a message on Facebook saying that you're proud of Jaime too, because it's awesome and we're super happy for him. But anyways, back to the matter at hand. Jaime moved, but before he moved, we talked about, do we want to keep this show going? And Jaime said, yes, we should keep the show going, and I still want to be on it, which is super encouraging. But that's kind of hard because we live 7 hours away from Houston. We did think about Skyping Jaime in, but we didn't want to lose that thing that makes Misconceptions special. And to me, it's the friendship. It's the dialogue. It's the energy that we get from feeding off of each other, sitting around the table together. I didn't want to lose that by having to Skype a player in. No one else in the group did either. So we decided we would drive the 4 hours and meet in the middle to record. Luckily, we did find places to record in towns, friends' houses, family houses, things like that. So we won't have to pay for hotel fees, but we will still have to pay for gas and dining out and things like that, because we need to eat. But anyways, we're dedicated to keeping this show going. We're dedicated to driving the 4 hours every 2 weekends or whatever to make it happen, which is kind of tough because we all have full-time jobs during the week, and the weekends are for relaxation and playing the new Spider-Man on PS4 game. But we want to keep the show going because we love you. And in order to do that, we do need money. We do have a Patreon, and I am so thankful to all our Patreon backers so far. They helped us get to our first goal, which was $150 a month, and that pays for our SoundCloud hosting fees. It pays for the awesome subscription to Audio Blocks, which gives us the ability to put in all these sound effects that you're about to hear in this episode, and they're all really great. And our current goal right now is $300 a month. Like I said, that's for gas, for dining out. It's gas for 2 vehicles. Jaime coming from Houston, us carpooling from where we are down together, whatever. But if you've never been to our Patreon page, I want to give you a little preview of what the different levels are. I understand that not everybody has a lot of money to just throw at things every month, but we do have a $1 level. It doesn't get you anything, but if everybody that listens to this show pledged $1 a month, I definitely think we could hit that $300 a month mark. So even though it doesn't seem like a lot, just $1, it means a lot. So if you listen to this show, just go give that $1 a month. That's less than a stick of gum, right? How much are stick of gums these days? It seems like it should be 25 cents. I don't know. If you pledge at the $2 level, you will get a shout out on the podcast. And my shout outs are endearing and sweet and a little rambly. But I love doing shout outs. I love giving recognition to people who deserve it. If you pledge at the $5 level, this is where the good stuff happens. This is where you get access to the Misconceptions After Hours database, which is a collection of all our raw and uncut audio from past episodes and future episodes. I will usually put like the raw episode audio a week before a new episode comes up. So you could actually go listen to episode 35 right now. I think I have it up there. If not, I'm sorry. But you could pledge $5 to find out. But After Hours is really fun. Even if you don't listen to the full hour and 30 minutes or 2-hour episodes, because I have to cut out so much singing and rambling and off-topic discussions and Jaime arguing about how the rules should be, even though he's never read the rule book. It's still worth it if you listen to the first 10 to 20 minutes of each episode before we like actually start rolling. Our off-topic conversations are pretty funny. I was editing episode 33 and I was listening to that little bit of audio. The first 20 minutes had me rolling. It was so funny. So if you need a good laugh and just want to hear our voices doing inane things, pledge $5 a month so you can get access to the Misconceptions After Hours. It's worth it. And above that, if you have even more money you want to throw at us every month, we have a $10 level where you get a poster with all the characters on it. $20 level, you get all those things I said already, plus you get a shirt with the Misconceptions logo on it, which is super awesome and super soft. At the $30 a month level, you get the core rulebook for Misconceptions, which is a giant tome, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and we even sign our names and write a little something sweet in there to you. So those are ways you can help us financially to grow, because we are a growing show. We're still a pretty small show, and not a lot of people know about us. You can help us with that by, pledging on Patreon, but also just by sharing us, sharing our links, sharing our pages, sharing our episodes on Facebook, Twitter, social media, all of that jazz would really help us out. You can also help us by reviewing us on iTunes. I think iTunes is probably the most popular podcast app. I know there's Stitcher, but I think iTunes rating and reviewing system shows people what's good about our show. So if you have something nice to say, go there, leave us a little rating and review, and if you do that, I will give you a shout out on our podcast, just like I'm about to do now. You see that segue? You like that? But this shout out goes to Lori89. Lori, thank you so much for leaving us a rating and review on iTunes. And it's super flattering that you like us so much that it got you into City of Mist. I hope you really enjoy it. City of Mist is a gorgeous, wonderful game, so I hope you love it as much as we do. Alright, I rambled way too much this episode. We have a Patreon. Go help us there. Boom, slap, pow. Onomatopoeia. Here's the episode.
It was the grand reopening. Grand is just what people put in front of it. I didn't think it was going to be anything grand. Sure, I thought more people might show up, especially since my dad was such a big deal, but it's not really surprising. And it doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. I'm sure that there'll be more people. I'm sure I'll get out of the red. Yeah.
So the episode opens up. We see Bill, not necessarily running or walking or swimming or flying, but he's pulled through this vapor, this mist and everything, and up ahead of him is a portal. And you can see a room on the other side of it. You rush through and you feel the floor beneath your feet, and you take a few steps and you're standing in this room. You have a few seconds left before through the portal comes Rin, almost crashing into your back. And then after Rin comes through, Faye rushes through, holding Esther's hand with a vine tied around your waist.
Yeah.
And as soon as all four of you pass through, the portal closes, and the vine is cut off.
Yeah, that's what I
You are standing in a room. The walls of this room are hidden behind red velveted drapes. There are no doors, there are no windows. There are no light bulbs or torches or flashlights or lamps or anything, but there's still some sort of dim light inexplicably cast around this room. Really, the first thing that your eyes would be drawn to is this pentagonal table in the middle of the room. And on each of the sides of the pentagon table are chairs. The chairs are all empty. And the table is cleared of any debris or items or anything like that. But emblazoned on the wooden tabletop of this hefty desk is the symbol that was on the domino. The spiky fleur-de-lis, the crown with the spike through it, however you want to identify it as. You are the only 4 people in this room.
So now you've thrown this...
Shh, Ren. We need to be quiet. We don't know who's listening.
Now that you've thrown us into this mess, Bill, what are we doing?
There's got to be a trapdoor or something somewhere.
Faye, we're supposed to be whispering.
What do you think I'm doing, you idiot?
You whisper, yell.
Esther's gonna go to. She assumes that we're standing similarly to how we're sitting, which is Esther, Faye, Ren, Bill. Esther's going to go around Faye to the other side in between Ren and Bill. And she's going to put her hands on Bill's shoulder. Nope, Ren's shoulder. She's going to put her hands on Ren's shoulder. Just cooperate and don't screw anything up. I don't want this to become a gunfight.
Why?
I swear, if you can't keep it together, I will find a way to get rid of you.
Why would you assume that I'm going to screw this up?
Because you're already trying to.
Split up and everybody look for a trapdoor.
It's a small room.
So split up.
We don't actually know how small the room is. Is this too quiet for the recording?
It is way too quiet for the recording. But anyways, as you're whispering and staying around the room, I mentioned that it was a pentagon table and there were chairs, but there's, a pentagon has 5 sides. And so there's an empty chair on each side. So there are 5 empty chairs around this room or around the table. But anyways, you're whispering. What do you do? And you don't have to whisper going forward. We'll just say that you're whispering.
Okay.
We're splitting up. We're going to the 4 different sides of the room.
Okay. It is a rectagonal room. Is that how you say it?
Rectangular.
Yeah. Rectagonal. I do not teach math.
English, though.
Yeah. I'm not teaching English. No. It is a rectangular room. So are each of you going to a different corner?
Yeah, we each take a wall to, look for trap, anything.
Okay. So each of these 4 walls is hidden behind, these red velvety drapes, if there are even walls behind it.
We're looking behind the
You
we
peel
each
back
go.
the drapes, and there is a brick and mortar wall there. You peek behind all the curtains on all the walls, keep looking and looking, and it's just this brick wall all the way around the room.
Esther's going to go to the table that you said was in the center of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything on the table?
Nothing on the table. It is completely clear except for the symbol that has been, however they do wood stuff, burned or put on there.
Esther's going to put her hand on the symbol in the middle and try to kind of push on it.
It does not give. There's nothing on it. It's just a solid, really old, solid table.
Bill's gonna go up and sit in a chair.
Okay. You sit in the chair.
Esther's going to pull out a chair and kind of look under the table.
Okay. It is the underside of the table is kind of this thick column that goes down and then spreads out into 4 different stabilizing legs. But if you look up underneath, there's no markings, nothing underneath there, nothing on the legs or underneath on the carpet.
So it's carpet.
Yes, it is a carpeted room, yeah.
Is the carpet red as well?
Yeah, it is. So you have this almost red-violet drapes, and the carpet is a different tone red. And it's not a thick carpet or anything. It's just kind of not sheer or anything, but it's not a very soft carpet, I guess.
Esther's gonna sit down in the chair across from Bill.
Okay.
Faye walks up behind one of the chairs and puts her hand on the back of the chair. What if this is just where they had meetings to plan all of the drugs and everything? What if everybody had a domino and they had a time and they showed up here? And we're not here at the right time.
Then the question is, who has the other dominoes?
Wolfman. Mask. Wolf
Yeah.
mask guy.
Demon mask guy.
Yes.
Girl.
Human. Not human.
Who knows?
So that gives us 3, but there's obviously 2 more.
Jimmy the Butcher?
Are we all sitting down? Or are we,
I'm not sitting down.
I think we should sit down.
I don't think we should sit down. I think one of us should at least stay standing.
And there's only 4 of us.
And we need
So
a
even
fifth.
if we all sat down, whatever it was wouldn't work.
Well, maybe the 5th would show up.
I hate this idea with every fiber of my being.
Faye,
Friend.
remember what we talked about?
No. Please enlighten me.
Sometimes you just have to go with the situation even though it scares you. Seems like a conversation we had.
Faye glares at Esther, and if there was thought bubbles, you would just see, well, screw you then, Esther, in the thought bubbles. And then she, pulls out of the chair, sits down, and crosses her arms.
Esther has her hand on her waist by her gun.
Ren is still standing.
Everybody turns and looks at Ren.
I've gathered you here today for a special reason.
Sit in the chair, Ren.
Ren does click on the scanner goggles to see if he can find anything in the window.
Roll me and investigate then.
Okay.
Our first roll of the game, or first roll of the season.
Yeah.
So what tags are you going to add?
I think it's simply just scanner vision.
Okay.
Because I don't see that any other power tag would be helpful at this moment.
Okay. So a roll +1. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Wow.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Wow, our first roll of the season is a dynamite.
Gonna be a good season.
So if your move is dynamite on a 12+, your investigation reveals a key detail. The MC will reveal the most valuable detail in the scene that your investigation could reveal. You can then use your clues to ask follow-up questions or other questions as usual. Okay. So you flip on your goggles, you look, you start scanning through different visual fields and things like that. And you see, I guess at one point you see fingerprints on the table and on the arms of these chairs. A few of them are smudged, but you notice that the one Bill is sitting in, the fingerprints are pretty intact. So you scan those and pull those up. And now you have your clue.
Well, I do have the...
Well, actually, it's a key detail, and it is a dynamite move. Okay, you pull it up, and immediately your lenses start to cycle through, like databases, police records that you've looked at. These are Jeremiah's fingerprints. And a chill kind of creeps down your spine that the seat that Bill chose to sit in is the seat of his former boss. So you see that, and then you know that those are Jeremiah's fingerprints.
Well, I found nothing of use other than just some fingerprints, and we know that at least Jeremiah was here. Strangely enough, in the same seat that you are sitting in, Bill. So, congratulations. You've been upgraded.
All right, can you sit down now?
Wait, I have another thought. No, I can't think of it. I'm trying to think. Ren paces around the table for a second. Yeah, I guess I'll have a seat. He sits down.
Okay, you sit down. All four of you are sitting. You wait for a few moments. You kind of hold your breath in anticipation, looking around the room, looking to the final fifth chair that is not filled. And as you're sitting there, you can almost hear, as you're not breathing, as you're holding your breath, waiting, you can hear this like sound of distant rushing wind. And you can barely hear that, barely audible. Minute passes. 2 minutes pass. No portal opens. No one comes to sit in the fifth chair.
Faye is going to, kind of sarcastically, create a shape of a person out of vines to put in the fifth chair that would like be heavy enough that it would weigh the chair down.
Okay. Where do these vines come from?
My head. Oh, I hate you, David.
They cut off vegetation. You still have part of the vine.
That would not be. That would be enough to like maybe make an arm for a person.
We activate the portal, go back, grab a couple plants, come back.
Does he have the domino with him?
Yes, it is still in his hand.
Okay.
Bill, do you have your messenger bag?
Yeah, it's right here.
Is there anything in there that could help me make vines?
What are you going to use the vines for?
Oh, hey, throw your bag in the chair.
All right. Bill tosses over it.
Okay, you
The bag
throw
is
it.
like-
It hits the back of the chair, falls to the seat. It kind of scoots back a little bit. Nothing happens.
Screw you, David. Bill takes the domino and like sets it in the middle of the table.
Okay.
This is very reminiscent of Spider-Man when he's trying to get his webs like, go Eb, go.
Go,
like
Eb,
we're
go.
trying all these things to like get something to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so you set the domino in the middle. Nothing seems to
I
activate.
rub my thumb on it
You rub your thumb across the domino.
across the table. I go, ah.
So you take the domino and like scoot it around the table underneath your hand.
I take my thumb and I go, ah, across the sign on the thing.
Okay, nothing happens.
Okay, I take my hand and I rub it across the domino with my thumb.
Okay, so as you run your thumb across the domino once again, there's a thunderclap. Boom! Behind you, almost in the same... Actually, it opens up behind the chair that Bill is sitting in. And it goes... And there's this huge portal. Through the portal, you can see these drifting shadows and shapes. It's the same portal that you came in.
So, like, what if we, like, peer our head in? Do you think that we will go into the portal?
I think that Faye was right.
I think before we leave, we should double check the brick walls and make sure that we're not missing an exit.
So we all go to like a different brick wall, like we switch up.
Okay.
And we do the checking again.
We like push not all of the bricks, but we like push various bricks to see if like anything pushes through or...
Okay. So you each go to a different wall. You swap, go to the different corners. You run your hands across the wall, having to move the drapes out of the way. You press on different bricks with your hands. You push as hard as you can. You push very lightly. You try all these different types of pushes, but none of the bricks seem to move.
Ren shoots the bricks.
Describe what your gun looks like, because it is not a normal gun that we see Ren shoot with.
Ren is like pushing on the brick and it's not working. He's like, I wonder. And so he like pulls out the gun. He just he like flips it out and it elongates, and becomes a kind of it becomes a shotgun. And so he holds it, and it's this. It emits this blue glow from the chamber, and there's no visible cartridges or bullets, but there's just this blue glow, and it's this silver kind of gray looking gun, and so he takes a couple steps back. He's like, "This has gotta work," and shoots it, and there's just this blue light that emits from it.
Okay. Yeah, so we see like this blue bolt of energy fly out of the gun's barrel, strike the wall. You all turn around because you're like, what? You grab your gun, your weapons, whatever have you, and you see Ren standing a few paces away from his wall, the drapes pulled apart, and you see this small, strange glowing blue mark still hot from the shot in the wall. Ren, nothing happens except for that.
Well, it was worth a try.
You're an idiot.
Oh, by the way, after a few seconds, the portal that the domino opened closed.
I told you not to shoot anything.
Did you say that?
I'm pretty sure I said that.
You said not to shoot anybody.
Bill, can we go back?
Yeah.
Don't forget your bag.
And I double check and make sure that all vine pieces are with me.
Okay,
Is there a flower crown?
You clean
under
up
the
after
table?
you. You grab the domino, you grab the messenger bag, you grab the vine.
We put all the tables,
chairs back
all the
together?
chairs back
Okay.
the way we had.
Okay. And then Bill, you rub your thumb across the insignia. Boom! Another portal opens up right behind Jeremiah's chair.
We go through it.
So the four of you jump into the portal. You cannot go abreast of each other, so one goes through at a time. You drift through this purplish coiling mist. You see Esther's bar on the other side. You come through. Once all four of you have come to the other side, the portal closes. You are in Esther's bar just as you left it.
Well, that was exciting.
Okay. Well, next time let's make a vow that when a portal opens up, maybe we should talk about it before we run through it.
I can't do that.
Great. Okay.
I'm with Bill on this one.
Great.
I have
feeling-
actual reasons, you jerk. Like,
Really good about this.
So when you say you can't do that, you mean anytime a portal opens, you have to run through it, or you just can't talk to us?
Oh.
I'm not saying that sassy. I'm asking a legitimate question.
if a portal opens that looks mystical, there's a chance that people are on the other side that I need to get to. And I can't hesitate and have it close. And it's just, yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'd just like to run through portals.
We know. Thanks. So, before the portal opened, we were going to go to our apartment. Everybody still good with that?
What
No?
time is it?
It is well after midnight. By the time the bar is closed and you've had this discussion and went to this strange place and then come back.
Is it summer or school
Yeah,
in session?
it's summer.
It's up to y'all. I don't have a job right now.
Do you have coffee?
Teacher life.
That's not actually how teacher life works.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yes, we have coffee.
All right. I'm game.
Cool.
Okay, so we...
And Ren does a sneak around and grabs a bottle of whiskey from the bar.
Just
course he does.
stealing
You
from your
can't.
friends.
You can't
And
do that.
returning
Who are
it.
broke.
Before they, so we're walking out. We're going out the back. Ren and Faye are going ahead out to the vehicle or whatever. And Esther asks Bill if he'll help her do a once around before they leave.
Sure.
So they
Okay, you do it once
just
around.
double check everything.
Check all the locks. Everything's good.
Nothing's out of place or
Nothing's
anything.
out of place. Just as you left it.
Any rushing wind sounds?
No rushing wind sounds.
From backsides or portals.
No.
zodiac signs.
Okay. So we've seen transition back to Esther and Faye's apartment, a new apartment. I guess we have kind of seen, we kind of saw it last episode, but describe it for us. What's the floor plan like? Like, what does it look like? How have you both decorated and brought your living spaces together?
First of all, there's no both decorated.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Esther doesn't decorate.
Okay.
There's like a picture on the wall of Esther and her dad and Javi outside the bar. And that's like the one thing that you can see in the common living area that shows that like Esther maybe lives here.
Faye has definitely tried to bring some of Esther in. So like Faye has like her bright colored plants kind of like on her side, quote unquote, of the apartment, but then like got like darker colored plants.
Like a crimson red.
Yeah.
So the darker colored plants are on Esther's side, and as they're walking in, Esther's like, you know that I'm not watering those, right?
Oh, I know. I'll take care of them all. I want your gothic soul to feel at home here.
That's a nice way to put it.
You also notice that there are no longer pictures of random Robin Hood actors in the living room. They have all moved to Faye's bedroom, which sounds super creepy. That's not how
Up above her bed frame, there's just this wall of Robin Hood pictures.
No.
And a heart.
Gosh, she has like one on her desk, and then she has like a few in her Robin Hood drawer that has her letters that she writes to him.
Esther's room looks similar to her, very simple apartment. The desk is set up just like it had been with like her dad's stuff. And the notebook is there on the desk. And then her notebook is beside it. There's not really anything else, like decorations wise or anything.
Okay. So the four of you enter into the common living area. It is well after midnight. What do y'all do?
Esther goes into the kitchen to start making coffee.
Ren goes to the fridge and starts rummaging through it for food.
That sounds okay.
Ren's like, I'm going to make a healthy choice, and I will decide to eat some of your fruit instead of popcorn.
Okay.
Just wanted to make this aware so that everyone knew.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Bill takes out a notebook from his backpack and opens it up and starts drawing the symbol that was on the domino and writing out the different script and symbols that were on the coin and just like sketching the different things that they kind of encountered and starts writing notes next to them.
Esther walks in and she's carrying a cup of coffee and she sees what he's working on. Is it like an accurate representation? Like it's well drawn and like it's clear that he remembered all of the details perfectly?
Or does he suck at drawing?
No, I'm just wondering because if he's just drawing it from memory, it sounds like maybe he has like photographic memory or something. Because, I mean, yeah, we were looking at him for a while, but like if he's drawing all the details exactly correct.
Well, so you see me doing that, and then you like see that my old terrible flip phone is sitting next to it with the picture pulled up, and like that's what I'm like looking at that and then doing it.
Okay.
So it is photographic in a sense.
Right. I hand you the coffee. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Faye walks in. I'm going to say there's like a dining space. It's not a big table, but it's like it seats 4. And she sits down there. We need to come up with a game plan. What's our next step going to be?
Esther looks at her with a smile. She's finally catching on.
Yes, I know. Plans.
We could just start showing up at the place at random times and eventually hope that we just run into someone or some things or for something someone's.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but that doesn't seem like the most time-effective thing.
True.
But we just don't know who else other than the wolf mask guy and the demon mask guy who know that we exist. Well, maybe they think we're dead since they threw us off a building. But we do not know how to access them other than they know how to appear in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if now that Jeremiah's out of the picture, if anybody's been back there since then, or if anybody's going to be going back there.
Mm-hmm.
Or did they create a new portal?
And we still don't know what Jimmy the Butcher is.
And whatever happened to that giant beast thing that we fought in the bar last time that it was destroyed?
He's safe.
Esther just looks at him with his face like, did you really have to bring that up?
Because, I don't know, I mean, maybe the monster, knows where Jimmy the Butcher is.
I don't think we would have access to the monster. The caretaker for it is quite particular. But we could try.
I mean, because right now I'm thinking our only lead is that the man with the wolf mask, because he was the one who shot Pip Hamill. But he disappeared into a portal. And we have no idea where Mr. Smalls is. Then we have Len. And that's about it. That's all I can think of. And Jimmy the Butcher.
I'm just gonna throw that Jimmy the Butcher name out there one more time.
We know, Bill and I know that he's at a pizza restaurant.
That you destroyed. He's not there anymore.
You didn't destroy it.
The details are really not that important at the moment. The point is that he's probably not there anymore.
We could probably contact Linda Lockwood to see where he is.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Mm.
What about you, Bill?
Yeah. Do you want to call her?
I mean, I do have her number on speed dial.
He turns and winks at the camera.
All right, go ahead, Casanova.
Beep, boop, boop, up.
Okay. So you dial up Linda's number.
Hey.
So it rings a few times. You're waiting, and then you hear it pick up. Hello? Who is this?
Hello, Linda. It's one of your good friends.
Oh, God. Really? What the? You can hear, shuffling in the background. It's 2 in the freaking morning! What do you want, Chrome Dome?
Oh, thanks. I love that nickname. Anyways, we're wondering if you know where Jimmy the Butcher is.
I don't know. Probably sleeping somewhere. Like you should be.
Linda, would you be willing...
Oh, God, I'm on speakerphone. Okay, so is everybody there, I guess?
Hi,
Yep.
Linda.
Oh, God.
Sorry to wake you.
Linda, would you be willing to meet us for coffee or lunch or dinner tomorrow or something?
We can let you go back to sleep.
Lunch sounds great. By the way, you do lunch at 12 noon, right? Not 12 midnight or anything like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Get a regular sleep schedule, you freaks.
You're an investigative reporter.
You were at a random dog pound.
Yeah, sure. Lunch tomorrow. Is that great for everybody?
Yes.
See ya. Click.
That went swell, I think.
She's salty.
She is. She's always been salty. That's how Ren likes him.
Just like my fish and chips.
I think we should get some sleep.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, I call this couch. Bill, you can have the dining room chair.
No. because I know both of you, if you are wanting to stay, there is a recliner that you can lean back in and sleep. The couch falls out into a bed. Y'all can fight over who gets that. And there are now blankets and pillows in the cupboard.
All right. Bill gets up and gets like a blanket and pillow and sleeps on the recliner.
Ren folds out takes out the couch and folds it out and makes it nice and neat, and then just flops on it.
Okay. His lanky legs and arms going every which direction. Okay, so you all get ready for bed. Anything anybody's doing?
Esther's just double checking the locks.
Okay. Locks are secure.
You know, Esther, I could install a security system for you.
That may not be a bad idea.
We don't need a security system. That's actually ridiculous.
Oh, right. And just checking locks 4 times every time you come in and out isn't ridiculous.
I saw you catch Bill and do it once around the bar.
Bill is already asleep.
Esther just says, whatever y'all want to do, and goes to her room to go to bed.
So, Ren lays down in the bed, but he, pulls out his laptop. And it's just kind of clicking away and typing up code to create a security system, particularly just for this apartment complex.
Okay. Do you want to roll a change the game for it?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and get that ready to roll.
I had to think about it.
What
That was a good
Esther
idea.
already knew.
what tags are you going to add to it?
Software engineer.
Mm-hmm.
High-tech laptop.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of what I'm thinking. I want to say technopathy or something like that, in the sense that I am connected with this security system, so that I would know when someone is entering when they're not supposed to. Would that make sense?
I don't think that would be something you could add to the roll, but I definitely think it is something you could use in addition to the tag that you were going to create with the change the game, if that makes sense.
Not something that I could use as a power tag for right now to create it.
Yeah, but later on you could use it to check in on it, because it's connected to your technopathy, your mainframe, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Software engineer. So sorry. High-tech laptop.
So those +2?
Yeah.
Okay, roll +2.
Nope.
Okay, snake eyes. Okay, you do create it.
Okay.
You create a security system. However, it's just not going to be something that y'all can apply as a tag to anything. But you stay up pretty late working on that, getting it all set up. You might have to come back and buy a box and install different wires and things like that. But you start working on an algorithm for it.
Okay. Would it be possible, obviously not now, but later sessions when we come back to the apartment, for me to try to work on it and make it actual?
You cannot repeat a move with the same tags unless the situation has changed.
Okay.
So we could come back to it and you could try something new. But for right now, using those tags to roll another change the game to create another security system tag is not doable for right now.
Okay. Is it still something that I'm able to check in on time to time, or no?
You can check in on it, yeah.
Okay.
But you just won't get the +1 for it.
That's fine.
Anything else anybody wants to do? Okay. Next morning wakes up. You wake up next morning. Does your apartment have a TV?
Yes.
Okay. Who would be the person that would be most likely to turn on the TV?
Are you going to say me?
I was going to say you or me.
Yeah, I think I'll flip it on.
Okay. So you flip it on kind of absentmindedly, just getting stuff ready. And there is a news report going on. It is the weekly news report. you see instead of Linda, it's some new anchorman or something like that. But as he is speaking, he says, you catch him like mid-sentence. To the latest string of missing children. 7-year-old Johnny Mann was kidnapped from his home earlier this week. His father first contacted police last night about his son's disappearance. Johnny is a 3rd grade student at Johnson Elementary and is the first child to go missing from the elementary. Johnny Mann joins the countless host of children that have gone missing in just the past year. We caught up with Police Commissioner Cooper Wheatley to ask him, and he kind of trails off. Faye, you're like in another room, and as soon as you hear Johnny Mann, you come sprinting into the room. Johnny is little Johnny, the same boy that you went and checked on like the very first day when all this happened. You were coming to the bar to investigate, to interrogate his father because you thought he was abusing him, and that is what brought you to Morty's bar, and you met Esther and everybody.
Right.
So you sprint into the room and you see that name. You see Johnny's face plastered up on the screen, and the dreaded words beneath him say missing. Nobody else catches this. I mean, they might see you like sprint into the room, but you know what they think of it is their own thoughts.
Oh no. Esther,
Yeah.
that kid, he was in my class. Do you remember that first day that we met at your bar and I was threatening a dad?
Yep, I remember that.
That was this kid. That was his dad.
Do you think his dad would be involved in him being missing?
I doubt it. His dad was overly aggressive, but why would he report him missing if he had something to do with it? I know this kid.
What do you want to do?
I mean, I have to find him.
Didn't that lady in the woods help y'all find the kid last time?
Yes, but she's not the easiest to work with. She's me, but in 30 years, so you can...
But you have a connection to her.
I do have a connection
It's
to
our only place to start. We could also call Muhammad.
Oh, yeah, no, that was definitely on my list.
I've been seeing Muhammad on a regular basis.
Really?
I told y'all that the other night.
Oh.
Last night.
Okay.
Things getting serious?
Because I told y'all he had been to AA and he had
Right.
been hanging out with Muhammad.
Right. Sorry, my
pretty
brain's
sure.
not working. It's early. Yeah, okay, if you could get a hold of him, I'm going to go into the forest, I guess, and see if I can catch up with Lisa.
Should we talk to the dad? I'm really confused with what's going on, but like I feel like I'd be like the first person to talk to, maybe.
No, I don't think we need to go to the dad first. I think we need to do some other stuff because we don't have good rapport with him. I mean,
But if y'all wanted to go,
I mean, me and
us.
Bill could
I
talk
actually.
Oh, you have a thought?
Well, are you sure that you're okay with going to the forest by yourself?
Oh, sure, Lisa wouldn't hurt me.
Are you going to be back by lunchtime?
Stupid Linda Lockwood. I can't guarantee that. Lisa doesn't have a schedule.
That's fine. We'll get along without you. You obviously need to take care of this, and we'll work with Linda.
Yeah, maybe we can bring
I
it up.
don't think y'all need to go talk to the dad yet.
Okay.
Should we go like
A wandering.
watch him? Like do a stakeout until it's time for us to go to lunch? See if he's acting strange.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
see if you can find any clues around the house.
Yes, me and Bill are particularly known for being sneaky. We can do that.
Okay,
Oh, gosh.
well, Ren, you know what not to do.
Yes, I've learned that we can't shoot people that aren't attacking us. I know it's your number
And
one
we don't
rule.
shoot walls.
And we
Really,
don't-
if the scene doesn't call for shooting, there's no need to add shooting to it.
we can just go surveil the house for today and maybe write down some of his habits when he leaves and things like that. Just get some information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will try to be back at the bar by lunch. But if you don't hear from me, don't worry or anything. I'll text y'all when I'm out of the forest.
Do we ever tell Linda where we're meeting her for lunch?
Yes.
Always at the bar.
I'm going to the bar.
Okay, you're going to the bar, forest, staking out.
Steak out.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Bay.
I'll also go first. I'm pumped about this.
Okay, so you all go your separate ways. We are going to cut to the city park. It is this giant park directly in the middle of the city. All along it are apartment buildings and skyscrapers and trendy eateries and things. There is a large open quad area where parents are playing with their kids. There is some sort of like birthday party going on with like lots of bouncy castles and like kids are just having fun. And we see Faye walking across this open area towards the like wooded area. You find a walking path and you kind of walk along it a little bit, winding your way through the trees, and you kind of like glance over your shoulders and you step off the path and start just walking into the trees. The trees begin to get thicker. There are more bushes. The trees are closer together. Eventually, you don't feel like you're in a city park that's well manicured and things like that. You feel like you're walking through a forest. And you keep walking, and soon this mist starts to like spill out over the grass and your feet and kind of just pool all around you. And you hear a familiar voice. "Oh, child, I'm so glad to see you again."
Lisa, I've missed you.
You turn around and you see this elegant woman kind of leaning with one hand up on a tree. She is older. She has white hair that is braided down her back, and in the braids are woven flowers and different trinkets of nature. She is, as I said, an older woman. She is wearing a dress that, depending on the angle you look at it, it seems almost like a sparkly sequin dress. But then if you look at it from this angle, it looks like leaves intricately stitched together. You can't quite get a pin on exactly what it is. But she's there leaning against the tree, and she strides forward, and you can see she is barefoot, walking through the mist towards you. "Have you finally decided to leave the machinations of man behind and join me in the forest?"
Not yet. I feel like I still have plenty of work to do in the city.
One time I was much like you, child, wound up in what I thought I needed to do, never really taking time to just enjoy the world.
I don't have enough answers yet to take time.
Yes, I remember the last time we were together. You and your friends had many questions. But today you come to me alone.
Yes, well, the first time I didn't actually mean to run into you at all. This time I was looking for you. One of my students is missing. And there's many children missing, and I know you had one last time, and I'm scared, and I'm worried.
Yes, you are so concerned with children. The last one, yes, I do remember giving him to you. Seems many children have gone missing, child. But I am afraid I have not captured this one for you. Actually, the first one I found, the one I gave to you, I stumbled upon them, or rather they stumbled upon me, quite by happenstance. There were more than just one of them. They were cutting through my forest. I don't know, shortcut, trying to save on time. But yes, they tried to cut through my forests, and they were not too Tinder with my friends. And as she says that, she like runs a hand across like the leaf of a huge fern. She like lets the fronds like just run across her fingertips. And so I confronted them, scared them, and I took that one because I could tell there was something not quite right about any of them. But nevertheless, the others kept running, made their way to the other side of my domain, and this one stayed. I put him aside, hoping someone would come and find him. But I am afraid I have not found any other children. I do not make it a habit to kidnap children.
Lisa, I know you always know more than you're letting on. What was going on with these children?
She smiles. Darling, you know how I work. I need favors in return for favors.
What's your call today?
There is an area that some delinquents like to take root in, as it were. They litter with the trash everywhere. Of course, I could go and deal with them, but I have other matters. If you could take care of them, run them out, scare them, remove them from the picture, we could discuss something.
Where are they?
They are to the north side of the park.
Consider it done.
Very well, darling. Have a wonderful morning.
You as well. And Faye turns and...
And as you're walking out through the mist, you can see like this hulking shape through the trees, and you pause and look over, and through the mist you can see this huge, like, automobile-sized monster. You do not get a good glimpse of it, but it sees you, and then it turns and kind of drifts off into the mist.
Faye smirks. Like, she, pauses as she's walking out, side glances at it, smirks, and then...
And you continue walking. Are you going to go deal with it now, or do you want to change scenes?
Change seats.
Okay. Who wants to go?
Oh, it's me.
Okay. So you go to the bar. It is early morning. Yeah, you pull up in that parking lot. Javi is not there. However, you see his car parked kind of somewhere else. Like he has moved position and, moves around the bar. But you see his car. You walk up to him. He rolls the window down. Good morning, Esther.
Morning, Javi. Was watching the news this morning. Another kid's missing.
That's always a bad idea. Yeah, another one. Losing track of all these kids that are going missing.
Any leads?
I don't know. I'm not working the case, but from what I can tell, Dad's kid is a real scumball. Sleazebag. I don't like him.
The kid's dad?
Yeah, Mr. Man. I don't know whatever his first name is.
Mm.
Yeah, but he kind of rubs me the wrong way on paper.
Mm.
I don't necessarily like him.
Mm. Well, if there's anything we can do to help with the situation.
What do you mean? Haven't you and your friends done enough? Takes a sip of his coffee. I thought everything that was done. I thought you were out of that.
Doesn't mean I don't want to help where I can.
All right, Esther. I'll keep my ear down. See what I can hear.
See you later. And thanks.
Always. He puts his sunglasses back on, rolls up his window. He doesn't drive away. He just keeps sitting there.
I walk back to the back of the bar and go inside. Unless James has pulled up by then.
You hear you see the old car pull up in front. You see the usual routine is James is getting out of the car on his side, and Muhammad's like, hey, do good, one step closer, la 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 la. And you see that whole interaction taking place.
Mm-hmm. I walk outside, and I'm going around to Muhammad's side of the car as James is going in the bar.
Oh, Esther, hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Muhammad?
Well, it's a new day, and every day's a good day. He slaps the outside of his car door with his huge, massive hand.
So, are you still working the cases with all the missing kids?
Oh, yeah, well, we got Alex back to his family, and, we haven't really gotten any new cases, we have lots of cases, but Woodard is kind of taking on those, and we haven't really done any more woods or hiking or anything like that, if that's what you're asking.
Well, did you see the news this morning?
Yeah.
A new missing kid. I was just wondering if y'all were gonna be investigating that, or I don't know.
Yeah. That would be good, but no, we're not.
Great. Well, hope you have a good day, Muhammad. Thanks for watching out for James.
Hey, we needed a sponsor, and, I wasn't doing anything, and, it just worked out like that. I'm glad that you called me to come pick him up. Boy, he was a mess.
You're a good guy, Muhammad.
Well, that's what my mom told me.
Esther smiles and says, have a good day.
All right, you too, Miss Black. And he drives off.
Esther goes inside.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. Now let's skip over to Bill and Ren. You pulled up, I guess, are you in Bill's car?
I would assume that's the only car we're in.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you pulled up.
Esther has her car.
You pulled up. You found the man's residence. They live in a tenement in the not the slums, but a poor area of the residential district area. And you kind of stake it out in the morning. You are looking, you have a picture of Mr. Man, and as he comes down the steps, you see him. He's dressed for work, kind of has overalls, dirty boots, dirty gloves. He walks around the corner, gets in an old beat up car, and drives away.
It would be a great idea, Bill, if we investigated the house.
I really don't think that's a good idea.
Really?
Yeah. I think breaking and entering is probably if he comes back, we are not expecting him to, or if somebody else is in that house, it could end up not great. Could you scan? Could you see if there's other people in the house? There's other things we can do.
Yeah, I guess that's something I could do.
Ren, I'll go ahead and remind you that you have one clue that you didn't use from the room. But if you use it, it has to be tied to what you did in that room. So go ahead and take one of those status cards and mark the magnifying glass for a clue. And then down in the description, right, you have one clue or whatever, and it is for scanning the room, or however you want to phrase it. So far, Ren has been the only person to roll in this season, and he's rolled 3 times.
Yeah, I won't use that clue. I'll wait until another time to use that clue.
Okay. I mean, it would have to be connected somehow to that.
Yeah.
But you can take clues and bank them so you can get your answers later, but it's just, it has to be somehow connected to what you did in there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think the only necessary thing here is the scanner vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll +1.
6.
6. So you scan, you see, the room, you see some different heat signatures kind of walking through. You cycle through electrical systems, you see the electrical wires and things like that. You cycle through everything, but you don't really get any sort of useful information from your scan.
I think since the fight, my scanner goggles have been on the fritz. I can't really see if anyone is in there. I mean, I can see wires and, obviously the house works. There's electricity and stuff.
And Ren, as you're talking, static fills your head again, and it starts to feel fuzzy. And you hear that same computerized voice.
Searching. Program run. Pascal not. Mainframe. Rerouting. Searching for user. Searching.
And then the voice trails off. The static resumes. And Ren was talking, and then all of a sudden he just stopped talking and was staring off into the distance.
Yes. Sorry.
Hey.
Anyways, the scanner goggles, they were just on the fritz, so couldn't really see anything.
Where were you?
Don't worry about it. It's really hard to explain. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'd rather not be in the middle of fighting, demon mask and you just disappear like that. So we should probably figure that out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll tinker with my head and see what's going on. I'm sure it's nothing big. I mean with the casino, I got knocked around a lot. It was a lot of fighting. I just honestly think there's just something, a wire's probably loose.
All right, give me a jacket.
Ren's like, why am I going to give you my jacket?
Give me a jacket.
What are you, cold?
No.
Ren frustratingly takes off his jacket, throws it at Bill.
All right. Do you have a clipboard?
I do not have a clipboard, but I did see that you had a journal, so maybe you can use that.
All right, that's a good idea. So Bill puts on the jacket to cover the tattoos on his arms and neck, and then takes out his notepad, kind of folds it back over itself and turns to a clean page, takes a pencil and walks up to the door. What was his last name?
I think it was literally Mr. Man.
What a freaking way to... Okay.
I know, it's kind of like having a Mr. White, like Mr. Black kind of,
Yeah, Mr. Pascal.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, it's kind of like having only a first name and never having a last name.
Mr. Blanco. All right. Wish me luck. I walk up and I buzz in to their apartment.
Okay, you buzz. There's no answer.
I buzz again.
Wait a few seconds. No answer.
I buzz again.
No answer again.
I buzz again.
No answer.
All right.
Bill, just buzz a random apartment, say that you're maintenance, and they'll buzz you in. And then we can just go to Mr. Man's apartment.
Are you standing on the steps with him?
I'm standing
He's
on...
screaming from the car. Bill! Just...
I guess at this point, I'm sitting in the car, and I see Bill click the button several times. And I'm like, thinking, and I'm talking to myself, Bill's going to break that damn machine. Gotta go fix this situation. And so Ren walks up there. He's got his laptop pulled out in hopes of maybe looking like an IT guy or something. And so he's got his he's got his laptop in his arm.
So you said that to me, right? Like, go just buzz a random apartment.
Yeah, as you're walking.
Yeah, and so I walk up and I'm like, Bill, just buzz a freaking random apartment. Say your maintenance.
I mean, could you try, like, unlocking it, like hacking it and unlocking it?
This is this is like low rent. I mean, this is a very simple system.
So you're saying it's going to be easy?
No, I'm saying it's not computerized.
There we go.
If you can't do it, we can just do your idea. But can you
Let's try your idea first, and then if it fails, then
Yeah.
do mine.
All right, go ahead.
No, we're doing yours first, then we're doing mine.
His
My
was-
idea is for you to use your abilities.
We're doing my idea, then your idea.
Oh my!
Maintenance.
As
then
you're having this
idea.
conversation, you hear ding, 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 and like the door opens up, and this older lady's walking through, and she sees you and says, "Oh," and she just holds it open after you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, man.
You
Have a wonderful day.
and you walk in.
I push Ren outside and I close the door.
Ren, you're on the other side of the glass door.
Figure it out.
Ren touches the pad.
Okay.
He goes dink, and then he just opens the door and walks in.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You scumbag.
I mean, I told you I could do it. I just told you I didn't really want to.
All right, let's go.
All right, you walk up to that story floor that his room or that his apartment is on. You get up there. There's no answer.
Bill, you buzzed the room. What was it, 6 times?
There's still no answer.
Use.
The door across the hallway opens up. He's gone to work.
Oh, how you doing, ma'am?
Yeah.
I don't ask it that way. I was just asking for your sake.
Yeah.
How you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing great. She starts to close the door.
I like walk up and just kind of set my foot on it. Well, you see, I'm with
ATP.
Atmost Energy, and we are offering some competitive rates for those with active children who like playing video games and staying up late and using a lot of electricity. Would that describe you or your neighbor who's not here?
I'm good with electricity. I don't really need anything.
Everyone needs electricity, ma'am.
I already have, you can ask him when he gets off work.
All right.
Now, could you move your boot?
Well, just is his wife not home? Like, does he not? What's happening?
Roll a convince.
I ain't convincing.
What are you going to add to it?
These. Well, I lost my freaking. I'm adding talk my way out of anything, and good bluff.
Okay. So a +2, convince.
Hey.
10.
Nice. Okay. He has a kid. I don't know. There were some detectives over here, I guess last night. I don't know. I guess the kid's missing.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
That's horrible, ma'am. How are you taking that?
He's not my kid, so I'm fine.
Do you have a kid?
No. Now, could you please move your boot?
All right. Well, it'd probably be insensitive for me to come offering this plan to him then. So I appreciate you talking to us, and I don't have any business cards on me, so I'll just be going. Have a great day.
I'll remember your name. And she closes the door, and then you remember you never gave her a name.
I was never given a name.
Okay, so you have that encounter.
You could use your tattoos as a lockpick to get into the apartment.
Or you could use your lockpicks as lockpicks to get into the apartment.
See, that leaves evidence behind. But yeah, I guess I could do that.
I just don't know that after banging on the door a few times in the middle of the day, if it would be a great idea to try to break in. Don't you have do you have like a tiny camera or like a...
What do you think? I'm like a creep? Just hanging out with tiny cameras all the time? But yeah, I do have a couple of those.
Okay. There it is. Can you set something up so we could maybe like see when he comes back, or slide one under the door, or do something?
I mean, I think the best thing right now would probably be a motion sensor, and I've got one of those. So,
You know, it's even better than a motion sensor.
if you could actually break in, and so we could check it.
A motion sensor attached to a camera, so we could see what's good. Could you just set up a camera, please?
Now that you're pressuring me, I don't think I can do that anymore.
Oh, for the love of God!
I think that I'm going to need to be able to get into the apartment now that you're just being mean. So
I'm just gonna walk to my car. I'm done. I'm leaving.
Okay. So Bill starts walking away. Ren, what do you do?
Brendan's like, "What? I thought we were just having a conversation."
Find a ride.
Ren pulls out of his pocket. Well, actually, no. I don't think that would be possible. I think it would probably be best for me to make a story tag, wouldn't it?
What are you doing? Are you putting a camera in his apartment or something, or a motion sensor in his apartment?
A camera, yeah.
Okay. I'll say you don't have to create it because you have it, but roll a sneak around to see how well you can hide it.
Okay.
So what tags could you add to that?
Don't know. I don't think there's anything for that.
Okay, go ahead and roll with a +0.
Because I was thinking software engineer but that's not really.
Yeah, this is
That's
just
more hacking.
to hide it secretly.
Yeah. I mean, there is planting a virus, but it's.
Yeah, that would be more for computer work, though.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll with a +0.
8.
8, okay. So you take it, you slide it, or how do you hide it? What do you do?
Ren's got, it's like a little mechanical arm. And so he slides it and he like peers around and he sees that there's like a bookshelf to the right. And so he peers around and pulls the camera out, sifts through his pocket, and like grabs like a brown colored camera. That's like the same color of that wood on that bookshelf. And so he like puts a little sticky on it and then places it on the bottom of that bookshelf.
Okay, so you manipulate it, you're looking through the camera, you place it right there on the thing, and then you retract it, you're like, haha, I did it. And as you turn around, you see the door behind you is open, and you see that lady is looking through the slit at you. And as soon as you look, she like closes it, and you hear all these locks like lock into place. And you see like some sort of towel like stuffed into the crack beneath the door. And you're like, oh well. And so you start walking after Bill. And as you're walking, a door is open, and you like look into it, and you see a TV screen, but it's filled with static. And you kind of wince at it, and you almost hear the static in your head, and you wait for the voice, but no voice comes. And you shake it off, and you keep marching. And then that static is still there, and as soon as like you walk out of the shot, the static fades away, and a clear picture comes back up. End of episode. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Misconceptions. We will be back with our next episode on October 1st. If you are a fan of the show, don't forget you can support us financially on Patreon, or you can share us on social media, or you can leave us a rating or reviewing on iTunes. All three of those options are great. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, where you can get up-to-date information about the show, behind-the-scenes pictures, or just chat with us, because we would love to hear from you. City of Mist is an RPG created by Son of Oak Studios. You can find more of their products at sonofoak.com. And if you want to buy the gorgeous core rulebook for yourself, don't forget to use the promo code MistConceptionsFan to get $5 off your purchase. The music you heard at the beginning of this episode was composed by Aaron Wharton. You can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. That is all for this week's episode of Misconceptions. Thanks for coming back. We will see you next time. Be kind to each other, love one another, and also keep it nerdy, y'all.